morning I'm ready to gloss the skirting board. Now, whenever you come to gloss a skirting board, I would recommend getting a kneader, which is one of these. You pay about £3 for it, and it'll save your knees a lot of bother. And obviously you get a non-drip gloss. As you might have come to realise through watching, if you've watched any of my other videos on painting, and I must remind you that I'm a complete and utter amateur, so this is the way I do things. It mightn't be the best way or the way that you would select, but I love masking tape, because masking tape covers me from a lot of painting problems. And this is the way I have masked my skirting board ready to gloss. I have masked the wood in underneath right along, because if there's a drip, it is extremely difficult to get gloss paint off. Gloss paint is not like emulsion paint. Gloss paint is sticky and thick and very difficult to remove, and it'll cause you problems. So I have masked it underneath it, and you know what? I have even masked above where I'm going to gloss here on the wood. Now I've pressed this masking tape in very, very lightly, and whenever you come to remove that, you must do it very, very gently. Pull this off very gently, or you will remove the paint that you've just put on the wall. So I've masked right the way around the skirting board, and I've also masked right round the door here. And I must emphasise that this is the way I do it, the skirting board. And if you have a steady hand, you could probably get away with not masking at all. But I'm a bit older, and I make mistakes, and my hands aren't as steady as they used to be to follow a straight line. And therefore, I mask, and it saves me a lot of hassle. Again, it's quite a bit of preparation, mind you, but there you go. It's not an expensive way to do it, but I mask everything, and if you take it off delicately, you'll get away with it. Okay, so I'm ready to gloss, but I'm going to take a wee break for a cup of tea. I think I deserve it. Okay, I painted the skirting board, glossed it all yesterday after putting masking tape above the skirting board, along the wall and below it. So I'm just about to remove this masking tape and see how it's done. Whether it's been a good job or not. And I've removed this strip of masking tape from the wood, and you can see that it hasn't been entirely successful, what I've been doing here, from protecting the wood from gloss. Some gloss has seeped through, obviously, so I'm going to have to get some white spirit and dampen a cloth with it and remove this. Shouldn't be a big problem. And this is the same piece of wood that I've just cleaned with the white spirit, so it's reasonable. And this is the same piece of skirting board, and I've removed the masking tape from above it on the wall, on the Egyptian cotton painted wall, and it's not too bad. A few blemishes, a few paint, gloss paint bits here and there which I can touch up. So I'm reasonably well pleased with that. It saved a load of hassle. And I'm looking at the wooden floor here, and I do realise, you know, after painting, there's a lot of wee specks. If you're using a roller at all, you're going to get specks on the floor, unless it's completely covered. And I didn't completely cover it. Covered most of it, mind you. So I'm going to have to go over this and with a damp cloth and using white spirit to clean this off, and it does, these wee specks do lift very, very easy.